Welcome to Tiny Rails, the fun little game with a train. And I'm currently trying to finish up the Middle East quests, although I've still got a whole chapter of that to go, as my current train going past. And discover the secret of teleportation before my nemesis Blackwell does something horrible with it. And with luck, I should be coming towards Riyadh. And apparently it's night time. My train has not changed apart from one carriage since the last episode, which is this carriage here, the Orient Express sleeper car, which replaced one of the, I think it was the yellow passenger car that was on my train. It's kind of out of sync with the rest of the carriages, which are getting close to levelling up. They've got 2,500 experience to go. Oh, here's Julian. Julian, greetings. Nika, do you have any leads on the last book, the Book of Mortem? Julian, I have the lead you're looking for. I have a client who's interested in the Sword of the Templar and it's just appeared on the market. Nika, can you point us in the right direction? Julian, of course. When you get the sword, we will trade. See you soon. Oh, wonderful. So I'm being sent somewhere around the world? Okay. Somewhere around the world, somewhere not too far away. Jerusalem. I'll just tell it to mark that and head in its general direction. Because I know, from my wonderful previous map reading skills, Jerusalem is just up here. It's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen the other, as to whether or not I will do as I did in the last episode and break off if the trip is long enough, and then join two bits together so they're seamless, or sort of seamless. So that way I can get through a large chunk of the quests in an episode, even if there's a lot of me travelling which you won't get to see, which, if you've been watching any of these, you will have seen me travelling a lot anyway. Oh yes. If I head back to this wonderful carriage down here, the wonderful Orient Express sleeper car, I saw a clip from a TV show called QI, which is on British television, and I think it's probably in Australian and various other places, where they were talking about the Orient Express and the murder on the Orient Express, which is the Agatha Christie mystery. Well, there were multiple Orient Expresses at the time. So the Orient Express as we know it today is not the one where the murder on the Orient Express was set, apparently. At least so QI informs me. QI informs me of quite a few interesting little facts, which are stuff which I thought I knew, or sort of thought I knew. Then you find out, no, since I was taught it, or since other people were taught it, things have changed and new information has come to light. So QI is actually quite a useful way of fact-checking yourself. All the assumptions of stuff that you were taught as a child aren't necessarily true anymore. Some of them are. Some of them are bound to be, but some of these slightly obscure facts, which you just always, someone told you this is the answer and you've always assumed that was the answer, they frequently come and puncture your illusions and tell you something completely different. They're not always right, but they are mainly right, or right most of the time with their wonderful new information, at least according to the great wonderful searches that they can do these days. Which does remind me, there was a old sort of little paper comic back in the, I can't remember, years ago, called Warlord, which was mainly comic stories about World War II from both sides. But they had things like biographies or one-page short biographies of people who won various medals in various wars. And considering at the time there was no internet, you can do searches on those same people now and you will find out that these the people who made comics back in those days, took stuff seriously because their research was dead accurate. At least as far as we still know. Same with if you read the westerns of J.T. Edson or various other westerns that were written back in the 1980s, 70s, 60s, 50s. Books that were written a long time ago when they use historical figures in them. It's amazing how many of them were biographically correct as far as we're still aware. Now, they had to search libraries for bits of information in various books and put it together to come up with the correct information, and it's the correct information as far as we're still aware today. But back in those days, people actually knew how to do research rather than just Google something, which still impresses me. There you go, complete and utterly nothing to do with the game I'm playing. It was just one of those things that occurred to me. Lots of things just occur to me. Not always well or correctly, but they do just occur to me. Okay, here we are. Lance, the craftsmanship on this blade is impeccable. Look at how the sun dances on it, and the jewels. Priceless. I hope this sword is going to a worthy owner. How do you define a worthy owner? A worthy owner of something is someone who can afford to buy it. Otherwise you're making a moral judgment. Okay, now I'm going back to Riyadh. Typical. I am curious about is this is Middle East Chapter 2-12. Middle East story progress is now 88%. So either there is no Chapter 3, and it's just a long Chapter 2. I don't know, because the next story chapter doesn't tell you the ending chapter of the previous story. So either Chapter 2 is just going to be a long chapter, or Chapter 3 is going to be a very short chapter. But equally, I'm guessing from the fact I've now got a total quest progress of 86%, and I am 88% of the way through the Middle East story, I'm guessing the total quest progress is not going to reach 100%. It requires them to add the Southeast Asia story to this game, which somehow, as much as they're doing a wonderful job at Tiny Titan Studios of updating this game, as was recently seen by the Summer Cars update, and I think they've just done either an update or on the phone version, they've re-released some of the car packs or stuff which you may have wanted to collect and weren't able to. But they're working on a new game, so I somehow doubt they're going to do a major update of this game anytime soon to add the Southeast Asia story. When they do, I'll probably come back to this game so I can complete it. But unless I'm mistaken, as I was around episode 100, when I thought I was going to come to a dead stop because of a problem with the part of the map where you couldn't complete something, and then they came along and patched it just as I was about to get to that point. So I could be wrong about the Southeast Asia story, but it would just seem unlikely while they're busy working on another major game, or at least I assume relatively major, that they update this one heavily. They've done a good job of making it playable, fixing a load of the bugs, fixing a load of the little irritating things that everybody complained about for a long time. So fair play to them if they don't come back to this for a while. But if they do, I will come back to the game as well. Yes, I'm on my way to Medina. Yep, after that, back to Riyadh, then I'll get sent somewhere else. Yes. I have to admit, there have been a lack of episodes for me on this game in the last couple of weeks because I've been well, a tad busy at work, and I still will be until the end of Monday, because I've got to give a training course, and I hate giving training courses, even in this wonderful COVID world of a virtual training course. I'm just not good at it. I know I'm not good at it, and I really don't like doing it. But I got shanghaied and couldn't get out of it. So I've been preparing for that, as well as a couple of other projects which required me to actually work. That, and I had to go to the office for 2 weeks. We're now working a schedule of 2 weeks in the office and 2 weeks from home. And the other 50% of the people then spend 2 weeks in the office, and they've managed to organise it so the desks of people you sit near are not occupied at the same time you are, so there's always at least six feet distance between you and the next nearest person sitting anywhere. We have masks, gloves, and sort of a wonderful track and trace app and all that stuff. But I still have to spend 2 weeks in the office, which means I have to get there and come back. And by the time I've cooked something to eat and sat down and eaten it, as well as all the other stuff I have to do, I didn't get a lot of time to play with this game. That and a couple of other games I was playing for my own amusement. I still am, or at least one of them. And here we come, back into Riyadh. Okay, in 20 miles time, here we come back into Riyadh. I do like this bookworm carriage at the front. Just the little worm turning the pages. It amuses me. Here we go. Monica, here is a sword of the Templar you requested. I hope it goes to a good museum. Julian, lovely. Here's all the information I could find on the Book of Mortem. Monica, what does the dossier say? Nika, well, the Book of Mortem seems to be in the Pentagon. Julian, good luck, ladies. I'm sure I'll see you again. Oh, great. So now I'm going to DC. Wonderful. Alright, we'll just come out of here, whichever way we come out of here. Where's the nearest port to where I am? Alright, I guess I'll head to a port. Hop on a boat to America, make my way across America to DC. At which point, I will assume rob the Pentagon. So with luck, and assuming I get this right, or rightish, like I did last time, you will see this train coming into Washington DC, or one of the stations close by it, any minute. And as promised, here we are coming into Washington DC, where the Pentagon lives, and I assume I'm going to steal the Book of Mortem from under the noses of all the guards at the Pentagon. That'd be a neat trick. Monica! Well, that went smoother than expected. Okay, apparently she stole it already. Nika, let's get this book to Justin as soon as possible. It's giving me the chills. Monica, afraid of a little book? I already contacted him while you were busy. Justin will meet us in London. Ontario? Where the heck is it? Well, I need to acknowledge that. Then see where this is on the map. Right there. Okay. Take a shortcut through the factory. The USA East factory, because unless you specifically tell it to go to the USA East factory, it will not, then head out the other side of that to Detroit. And I will mark it that way. How does it appear on the map? Okay. There should be a purple dot on the map, you see. That's what I'm expecting to see. And I'm just wondering if they've told me I'm going to London, Ontario, and actually sending me somewhere else that I haven't actually noticed yet. Because I do remember the time where they told me I was going to Vienna, and I stopped somewhere else, and the quest was in the earlier stop. Okay, out we go. I don't see another marker on the map, so I guess I'm going to London, Ontario. Okay, once I finish repairing my train and clear whatever obstacle is in the way. Okay, I'm doing a good job of completing jobs as well by the looks of it, which is where I make most of my money. So I might as well collect the money and give myself another set of jobs to deal with. It feels weird saying London, Ontario. As far as I'm concerned, there is only one London, and it isn't in Ontario. So that's just odd to me. And what the heck? Zoom in. Okay, that's where I'm going. So let's. Oh no, I had already marked it. That's where I'm going to end up. While I'm here, because I haven't changed my train or my engine for a while, see if there's an engine that I'm willing to put on my train that I haven't used in a while. I'll go with the Red Arrow engine. Let me find its matching caboose. Should be about there. No idea what the attributes of the Red Arrow engine are, but apparently it doesn't seem to give me a speed attribute or a speed bonus. Let's get out to Toledo. Don't know what I'm doing in Toledo. Just nice to have a different coloured engine on the train. Next stop, Detroit. And about just over 1,000 experience for most of these cars to get upgraded to level 3. I would say at which point I will replace them, but I don't have any cars I haven't already leveled up, or maybe 1 or 2 cars I haven't already leveled up to put on the train. But I do have almost 29 million in gold. Okay, I'm coming towards London. And 29 million will allow me to get 60 rare rolls of the Gumball machine and 60 standard rolls, i.e. 120 rolls of the Gumball machine, which I may or may not manage to do it all in one episode. But that will be my big wonderful finale, to try and get as many of the, is it 29 cars or 27 cars? Hang on, let me check. 24 cars that I haven't currently seen. Okay, Justin, is this it? The Book of Mortem? Nika, yes it is. Justin, oh my, it's so beautiful. It's cold to the touch too. Marvellous, isn't it? Nika, can you crack it? Justin, it will just take a little bit of time. Ooh, here's Blackwell. My nemesis, Blackwell. It seems you may be running out of time though. Justin, I'm sorry guys, I had no choice. He has Catalina locked away. Blackwell, I'll be taking that book. Cyril, grab the bag. Nika, they're gone. They have everything. All our work, gone. Justin, when Blackwell approached me with Catalina captured, I made backups of all my research. There is a 4th book, the Book of Time. Without this, he cannot complete the formula. Nika, I hope so, Justin. Justin, I hope so too. For Catalina's sake. I have to save her. Oh god, this goes on a bit. Monica. We can't stop Blackwell. Railco is going to rule the entire world. Well, okay then. Okay, we've just been through this bit of the story. Middle East, Chapter 2 complete. If I can get back to the... I will collect the 100,000 plus the non-existent diamond because it's the PC version. That completes the whole of the Middle East chapter of the story, 100% progress. So I'm guessing the chase for Blackwell will appear at some point, maybe, in the Southeast Asia chapter, which has been coming soon for a while. And as I mentioned before, Tiny Titan Studios are working on other games, so I don't imagine it's going to liable to be patched into this game anytime soon. Which means I have completed all the available quests. Or currently available quests. Total quest progress is 87%. I might as well leave. So, as I say, next time around I'm going to have a mass go at the Gumball machine. If I say next time around, I'm going to get all these carriages ready to be upgraded. Well, apart from the Orient Express sleeper car, but all these wonderful flamingo floaty type cars, the spare parts car, the hopper car, haunted house, all these wonderful cars, they're going to get the last bit of experience they need. Right. Let me set a destination. Yeah, let's go to the other London, the real London. Mainly because it takes me across the transatlantic tunnel, which is about 3,000 miles long, which is a good way of helping these cars get experience. So I will have them all ready for upgrading at the start of the next episode, and I will upgrade them, then go mad on the Gumball machine, as I have delivered all the cargo, completed all the quests, upgraded everything I can upgrade, all the stations, all the cars that I've currently got. But like I say, I might have one or two in my inventory. I've sold all my duplicate cars these days. I've pretty much completed everything apart from finding these 24 cars, which I may or may not get lucky in finding them in the 120 odd attempts that I will have to try on the Gumball machine. But that's going to be it for this episode. So next time round will either be the last episode for a while or the penultimate episode. I'm not entirely sure. Depends how long it takes me to play through all of the upgrades and the Gumball machine. I guess we'll find out. But as always, I hope you enjoyed seeing that Blackwell getting away with all my hard work. And hopefully I'll see you down the track for the remaining episodes of Tiny Rails. Cheerio!